Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And first of all, let me thank all of you for your condolences for the loss of my good friend Bill. I really appreciate the thoughts, but we can't bring him back. I wish I could. Anyway, let's get on with today's episode. I'm indoors because it's getting cold and windy out there. And to see the clouds are building in, well, they did say there was a slight chance of some showers today, but the clouds are just now starting to build in. And they're really not that heavy. They're broken up, but they are some pretty fluffy clouds, so who knows? Might get a shower here or there. So, I said yesterday that it might be a little bit of a surprise today. Well, yesterday I got a couple of packages delivered, and the people that delivered were UPS and USPS, and Fed Excuses has disappeared off the radar. I had them set up for automatic updates as to where my package was, and like I said yesterday, it was getting further and further away from me, and I let the sender know about that, and I think they called them up and tore them a new butthole, and they emailed me back and said they've decided that they're no longer going with FedEx shipping. They're going to be switching over to UPS. So that's a good thing, because I tell you, I have no idea, no clue how FedEx Excuses stays in business. I really don't. I mean, 2 weeks ago, there was the driver was caught dumping packages in a ravine. They've caught drivers on video, on home videos, the Ring doorbell things and that stuff, of drivers tossing the package instead of walking up to the steps and putting it down. You know, how the heck do they believe that they're going to keep in business by running a business like that? And then, of course, they never deliver on time. And then they ship to the wrong direction. I mean, God, these guys haven't got a clue. Now, UPS, I called them in the morning. I said, hey, I'm going to be in town and where you're saying my package is, and I can stop by and pick it up if you'd like. And they said, oh, you can do that if you'd like, but we can't guarantee it'll be waiting here for you. It could be all on the truck already. And I said, well, instead of confusing things, let's just let it go. Hey, UPS delivered on time perfectly yesterday. No problem. And USPS, I got a message from them that says my package is there. I went down to the post office and I picked it up. So let's see, what did I go and pick up? Well, for one, I picked up this gold panning kit. I've got to do a review on this too and let you know how this all works out. They call this a pocket sluice. So instead of sitting there with your gold pan and working your gold pan until your arm is tired, you can set this into the stream, and it's got a little hole in it where you can anchor it so it doesn't float away on you. And it's got these tried and true different ripples that are supposed to be the best in the world for making sure it catches all of the gold that runs through this thing. So that came with it. Of course, I got another plastic scoop. This one does not have a metal rod in the handle, which is going to be much better for me because I always have to take that metal poker out of the handle before I can start scanning whatever I'm digging onto my metal detector, because the metal rod inside the handle would set off the metal detector. So also, small classifier, pretty nice. Magnet with a quick release. So this is a pickup tool for the black sand. And so is this. This is a little mini one. You press down on the little button here, and you got a magnet inside. You can pick up the black sand that's in there, and then bring it over and release the plunger, and it'll drop into wherever you want to drop it. All right, so next, a pair of stainless steel tweezers with a magnifier on it. Pretty cool. Next, got a little gram scale, and you can set this to go between grams and ounces and so forth and so on. So it's a little pocket scale, nice. Another snifter bottle, they come in handy. You can never have too many snifter bottles. A pack of all different size vials to put your placer gold in, or your nuggets, or whatever you decide to pick up. And if you find nuggets that don't fit in these vials, don't worry about it. Really, don't worry about it. Just be happy you got a nugget that big. All right. They got these little snifters here. You can either use these for shooting air and dry panning, or you can suck water up into them and use it to wash down whatever you've got in your pan, and you're getting down into the fines. All right, so then inside, it comes with 3 different size pans. You got your little tiny mini finishing pan, you got your mid-size finishing pan, and then you got your large pan. Yay! So cool. So that's one of the items that came in yesterday, and I will be doing a review on this as soon as I can set up a time to go do some prospecting. The other item that came in was this one, and I've got to do a review on this one too. Now this is the Nokta, Nokta Macro Simplex Plus. Okay, this thing is, as they say, simple enough for beginners, yet impressive enough for experts. This is a first waterproof detector on the market, offering extreme depth and high-end features at an entry-level price. So that's pretty cool. And I've watched a couple of other reviews that other people have done on YouTube on this item. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited about getting out and trying this thing. This thing was put up against some of the Garrett professional units and so forth and so on, and this thing outperformed them. It found items at a deeper depth and pinpointed them. This has a built-in pinpointer in it, and this has a notch control. All kinds of stuff is built right into this, and this only weighs 2.9 pounds total. The battery in it is great. It's rechargeable. It's a lithium battery, so you can just charge it up instead of having to replace batteries all the time, and you don't have to take batteries out of it when you come back and store it until the next trip. I can't believe that. That's the way to go. And then they're wireless audio ready. It comes with a set of headphones right down here, and I have them plugged in so that they could charge, and it looks like the light is out, so they're fully charged. And these have automatic pairing with the metal detector. So that's nice. Now, some of the other features. Let me come over this way. Here is the metal detector. Okay, and it comes with this large coil and a coil protector. It's got the snap-on coil protector on it already. It is 100% waterproof up to 10 feet deep. So you can go underwater with this thing 10 feet deep and it'll work just fine. Okay. It also comes with the smaller elliptical coil for getting into tight places around rocks and little mines, things like that, crevices, for getting in there. And it comes with this USB cord because you can auto update the software on this thing on the computer. Just go to their website, plug this thing in, plug it into the computer. It automatically sets up with your computer so that it's paired and matched. You go to the website, you find whatever the new software update is, click on it, and it downloads it right to your system. So you always have the top of the line software running in your system. Now, another thing I like about it is the shaft on this. Mostly all shafts of all the other metal detectors I've ever had in my life were round. And one of the problems with that was they would swivel. No matter how much you tightened them, you bump it and it would turn it to the side, and you'd have to straighten it back out. This one is oval shaped, almost like a rectangular shape with the corners tapered off. So this one does not have the problem of swiveling like that. But you also have the quick release locks where you just flip it down and you can close these things up, shorten the shaft or lengthen the shaft. There's one here and one here. And when you put it all together, the coil comes up to the back of the sensor unit, and so the whole thing is only about 2.5 or 2.25 foot long. Makes it real easy to put it in a bag and carry it. Also comes with a simplex hat. I'm not a big hat person, but it's starting to get a little cold out there, and the sun's in the southern sky, so if I'm out there prospecting, I may want to wear that just to keep the sun out of my eyes. Another neat thing about this is it has a built-in flashlight. There's an LED flashlight right here. So dusk and dawn, when the light isn't that good and you want to keep on metal detecting, or you want to start early before everybody else out on the beach or whatever, you just turn on the flashlight and it illuminates your coil so you can see what you're doing. Pretty darn cool. I mean, really cool. And I can turn it on right now. Just hit the button. I got 2.78 is the latest software, and that's what it's loaded up to. So it comes with all these new let's pick it up on my phone. So yeah, it's got all these new features on here, and I'm reading the manual right now, and I've watched a couple of videos. It's got ground balancings and all of that built right into it. It's got auto and manual ground balancing. Really, really nice. Now this is the double D coil. And the double D coil, let's see. Whoa, that really picked up my phone. The double D coil, when you're using this, you can go forward and back, side to side, and then draw it back until you just lose the signal. And right in this Y right here will be where your pinpoint is. Or you can press and hold the pinpoint button on the controller, and then you don't have to swing this thing back and forth at all. You just zero in on it, and it starts with a target with 4 circles around a dot, and then as you get closer to it, the circles disappear until all you have is a dot left. You're pinpointed on what you found. And I watched a couple of videos where they were down at 12 inches deep with this thing and picking up targets. So that's really, really a nice unit. And like I said, this is basically as close to fully professional as you can find. It's going to do all of the things that a professional unit will do, and you get in on a really low price on these. I'm not sure what they're actually going to be offering these for, but I think they're going to be, they're under $400, like $360, $370, something like that, with tax included. So, nice unit. Can't wait to get out and review this and play around with it. I might even get out and do some prospecting at some of the desert campsites that I've seen around here in the desert and see if I find anything out there. Might be something interesting to do for a day, if the weather permits. We'll see how the weather goes. And that's about it. And they give you this neat little thing here, metal detecting code of ethics. Remember all of these things when you're going out metal detecting. All right, so I will be planning a trip to, let me shut this off. There we go. So I will be planning a trip to Lytle Creek, and Tony and Leanne from Doing Redneck Things with Tony and Leanne will be coming down, and we'll be meeting them along with Andy and going to Lytle Creek again and doing some prospecting there. So I did pick up, because the water is extremely cold, I went to Harbor Freight today, and for a few dollars I got a pair of these rubber gloves that are cotton lined, so keep my hands warm. And these are nice gloves. So Andy, if you're watching, get over to Harbor Freight and get a pair of these. I think they're only $5. It's really worth it. Much better than those cheap cleaning gloves, those nitro cleaning gloves. Those are fine for the springtime, but not for when the winter cold and when the water is just above 32 degrees to keep it flowing. That's one thing. The other thing was I picked up a set of knee pads. Now, I don't really like knee pads. I've always kneeled on a kneeling pad, which is foam pads like this. Okay. I've got them thicker than this, but it is a rocky shore, a rocky stream at Lytle Creek. And you're going to get down on your knees. You're going to really wish that you had something to kneel on. Now, here's a tip on knee pads. Since you're going to be working near a stream, as Jeff Williams would say on Ask Jeff Williams, he's got a gold prospecting channel. It's called Ask Jeff Williams, if anybody wants to go over and take a look at it. But anyway, he always says, and yes, you're going to get wet. So, all right, so you will get wet. So when you choose a set of knee pads, these came from Harbor Freight also, and these were cheap. They were around $5 or $6. But they're flexible in the knees, and they've got the foam rubber cushion, and they've got the rubber outside part, and they got the non-slip little nodes on there. So if you kneel on a rock, you won't slip off and sprain a groin muscle. Very important stuff to think about when you're going to be doing that stuff. Now, the foam rubber inside and the soft rubber outside means that if you get too close to the water or you sink in a little hole or some mud, you're not going to ruin your knee pads, because you can just wash them off. Wash them, dry them, put them back on, and go. Even the straps are rubber. So these are 100% waterproof. Definitely a plus. Don't get the ones with any cloth wrap on them, even though they look like they're more comfortable or anything like that. You get the ones that have cloth on them and they get wet, they're going to be wet all day. You're not going to be able to dry them. All right, a couple of little tips there for getting out and doing some gold panning and prospecting. And I've got a few more items that came in, but I'm not going to mix those in with this group, because this is the gold prospecting group, and that I've got to do my review on. And I will review all of this stuff. So don't forget, you'll be seeing videos from me and from Tony and Leanne, Doing Redneck Things with Tony and Leanne's site, when they come down and we go doing Lytle Creek job. All right. And I don't know, they might have some special announcements to make on their videos there. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let you wonder what's going to happen. This is G Bear thanking you for joining me. Don't forget the thumbs up down there. Don't forget to share and subscribe. G Bear signing off.